Hi, this is Rachel Schuster. For the past 2 weeks, I've just been stuck in a house. I have a compromised immune system, so I'm too scared to leave. So I've just been in the house working, grad school work, my school work, and I have a 6-year-old, and he was sent home with tons of homework to do. So trying to keep him entertained has been quite a challenge. As to my job, for the past 2 weeks, we have been offering enrichment, extra credit, and makeup work time for our students. We have not required any work or grading any work, but we are offering work. I've also had many virtual meetings, staff meetings with special ed, trying to figure out how we're doing things. This week we were allowed to go into our buildings to get any necessary material to be able to teach online. So the plan is for the past 2 weeks and as well for next week, we are just offering enrichment and makeup work or extra credit. Nothing is mandatory. And then the following week is our spring break. So that's how our 4 weeks are playing out. We're supposed to be going back to school on April 13th, but from my understanding, it doesn't sound like we are going to, as to why they're preparing us for online teaching. This is also in the middle of our third marking period, so our grades are due now. So they are having teachers update their grade books with any missing work the students are completing, with any extra credit assignments. So we have to upload our grade books, and they are going to be pulling our grades from the grade books next week for our third marking period grades. This year, the kids did go one-on-one with Chromebooks, so all students have Chromebooks. But unfortunately, they weren't told to take them when they left the building on Thursday, so some are in the building. We're running into the problem that some students do not have internet at home. So trying to figure out how that's going to work. I have still been working on my IEPs, trying to get as much of it done with the information that I have. I've been contacting parents all the time, telling them about what's going on, trying to keep them in the loop, let them know about IEP meetings and how we're handling that, although we still don't have answers yet. At my district, we use Schoology, the online platform. Unfortunately, we just got it this year, and unfortunately I don't really use it much. The curriculum that I have is so ancient. I do not have any online resources, so I mostly just have old textbooks. I just use those. So now I'm trying to figure out how I can move all of that online. I was supposed to be getting a new curriculum next year. I teach a low-level learning support. It's pretty much could possibly be like a life skills. So I need a curriculum. I also have my kids for 4 years, so I need a 4-year curriculum. So as to why I didn't really move to putting everything on Schoology, because I'm supposed to get a new curriculum next year. So now I'm learning how to use Schoology. We are also not allowed to use Zoom right now. They had a school board meeting on Monday using the Zoom platform, and there were very inappropriate comments, and because you can just type in any name, they couldn't track it to anyone. So now we are learning how to use Google Hangout for meetings. So as of right now, we are supposed to go back April 13th, although I don't think we will, and April 13th is what starts our online teaching. So they sent out guidelines for that. What it seems like is that every week we need to post 2 lessons. Each lesson includes an intro video and a direct instruction video along with an assignment, and you also have to have assignments for all 5 days of the week. Grades will be determined on a pass-fail. We also have to have 2 hours of virtual office hours every day for parents or students to contact us. On the special ed aspect, we have not gotten any real guidelines yet. Prior to recording this, I had a meeting with special ed hoping for answers, but still do not. They are compiling some kind of guidelines that they will be sending out to all of us hopefully today. It sounds like any meetings over these past couple weeks, we can still hold them virtually or over the phone, but you are mandated to do them starting April 13th because that's when we're supposed to go back. So we're trying to figure out how we're doing testing for RRs, how progress monitoring is going to look. So still don't really have answers on that. I have like 3 RRs left to do and 5 IEPs, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do all that, including I had 2 IEPs scheduled for next week, which I have to reschedule for April 13th, that week of. My concerns right now are for my kids because they are a low level. They need a lot of supports and lots of accommodations, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to accommodate that online. Still trying to figure that out. I'm also really concerned about having my own classes and workload every day, along with having to do all of my son's work. I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to balance it all. Still trying to figure that out. I'm not really sure how to move forward with the AT tech. I know that a lot of my AT that I use for my students is going to be using the Chromebook, but I don't think that my students could use it without me there to show them how to do it. I'm not really sure how that would work. I'm not really sure how they're going to be able to learn in the first place without me being there, so I'm still trying to figure that out. I'll keep my mind going and try to see if I can think of something. All right, hope you're doing well.